I see you double downing on your clown logic. The only people that wreck themselves are the ones that listen to you, and they waited for the crash that you told them was coming. You're a fool. Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. In today's video, you guys, we're going to talk about how evil and wrong and mean all of these crash bro content creators are, how they're just putting out fear, uncertainty, and doubt just to get views. Who cares, Orlando, about the massive equity run up, the massive interest rates, and the massive unaffordability? Who cares about that stuff? But what we're going to do today, you guys, is I'm going to play the devil's advocate, and my man Orlando here is going to do the best he can to answer some of these questions. And here's the thing, you guys, I am not going to hold back. The thing is with Orlando and I, we have absolutely no problem listening to the remarks and opinions of bulls. It's actually the other way around. A lot of these content creators that are making videos about us, at the end of the day, these people are jealous and they cannot figure out how to get views. So in order for most of these people to even get views, they have to talk about someone else. It's absolutely crazy. But before we begin, Orlando, sir, how are you today?
I'm doing great, man. I appreciate you bringing me on your platform as always. And man, I can't wait to jump into this.
Okay, so before the roasting session begins, Orlando, first, if I may, let me plug your channel. So you guys, if you can, go to Orlando's channel. His channel is Orlando Miner. He has some great stuff about the house market and also how to invest in real estate. Really, really good stuff. I consider Orlando a genuine friend and a really all-around, just brilliant guy when it comes to real estate. So Orlando, for that, sir, I thank you. Now, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go for it.
All right, man. Well, the first question, Orlando, is why are you always so negative?
What?
Why are you? I see comments all the time, Orlando. Why are you so negative all the time?
It's comical. You know, first of all, if anyone comes to my channel and you watch my content, really, there's no negativity. I think what most people are really trying to say is, Orlando, why won't you be more, you need to have a straight face. You need not to laugh. You need not to enjoy making the content that you make. And see, here's the thing, is what people don't understand is the content that I make is what I would be doing anyways. I would be speaking to you. We've had, how many conversations have we had where we're talking real estate and we just
50,
talk for hours,
60.
Right? I would be making this content and laughing and enjoying the passion of housing and real estate just in general. Regardless, I just have a camera on me, right? I just turn on the camera and that's the way I am. And, unfortunately, some individuals want me to be super mad and be like, but that's just not the way that I make content. And if that annoys you, then my channel isn't for you. It really isn't. But here's the thing, it is for them. I mean, they go in there and they comment and say, instead of just leaving, they comment and say, oh, Orlando, you're being so negative, when I'm laughing, joking, and giving information on the housing market.
Let me ask you this, okay? Getting a little bit more serious. Are you just making housing market crash videos to just get views, Orlando?
No, I'm not. This is the way I feel. My own mother is looking for a house and I give her this same information. Now, you can agree with me or not. I mean, that's your prerogative. But this is the way I feel. I'm passionate about this. I'm being me. I'm not changing for someone else. I'm not changing for the views. I am making content on views that I feel. And I give you the reasons and the details of the way I feel. And here's the funny thing about it. The funny thing about it is, if you've watched my videos previously, right, and you see that I call out a lot of these things that happen months and months and months before they happen. I don't understand it. How am I clicking for views when that's the truth? I say, look, this is XYZ is going to happen. This is what I believe is going to happen. And when those things do happen, now I'm the one who's just doing it for views? That makes no sense. I just called it months before it happened. That's not my fault that you couldn't see what was going to happen.
Well, the interesting thing is it's actually, there's some content creators saying these types of things that actually have channels Why do you think
Yeah.
you're saying that?
Well, this is YouTube.
Okay. Fair enough.
This is YouTube. I mean, of course, the content creators are going to be content creators, and content creators are going to look towards. Isn't this funny? Isn't this ironic that an individual will call me out for saying that I am just doing things for views, but then you do a video on me just for views?
The hypocrisy.
Like,
The
how
hypocrisy.
ironic is that? That
It's so
you're doing
cringe,
the
Orlando.
same thing. You're doing the same thing that you're quote unquote accusing me of, and
I know.
you're doing the same thing. It's mind blowing, right?
So you're saying, as a content creator on YouTube, your goal is to not get views? Is that
Oh,
what
no,
we
no,
should
no.
be doing?
No,
I'm
no, no,
kidding.
no,
I'm
no,
kidding. But
no.
that's their point. I mean, when you're on YouTube, you want people to watch your video, whether it be injecting value, data, or whatever. And that's the name of the game. I'm not trying to give you a leg up here, but my God, dude, I hear some of these people like, you're just doing this for views. And then they do a video on you because they can't get views any other way. So they found like, oh, this is how the algorithm works. I can get 10 times more views if I talk about reventure consulting, right? Or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But Orlando, I'm not gonna
okay.
take my foot off the gas. I got a good one for you. I'm gonna read a comment. I'm gonna throw it up on the board. All right. And here's what it says. I see you doubling down on your clown logic. The only people that wreck themselves are the one who listened to you all the way back in 2020 when homes were only $350,000. They waited for the crash you told them was coming. Come 2023 and they're still waiting. And the average home price is $420,000 now, which basically means it's a lot more, and interest rates have doubled. You can't make this stuff up. Not only are they paying $80,000 more for the house, but the interest rate has doubled. You absolute fool.
One of the things that I think a lot of people don't understand is if you go back and look at my videos, like I've been talking about the housing market for maybe a year and a half. So a lot of times people think that like, oh, Orlando's been doing this for 3 years. Of course you're going to be right. It's like, man, just go look at my videos. I've only been talking about the housing market for about a year and a half max, right? So
not since 2020.
No, it's not since 2020. And this just kind of shows you. And I get this comment on my channel all the time. Man, Orlando's been making videos for 4 or 5 years talking about the housing market crash. It's like, have you looked at my previous videos? Please go back and check. Because maybe there's someone out there that's making videos that looks like me. Making video but it's not me. It sounds like this is emotionally charged, something that's going on with this, this gentleman or this man or lady. I totally understand it. You can write that comment, but here's the thing. I think that what a lot of people don't really understand about the content that I make and that you make is it's informational, right? It's supposed to give you info that maybe you didn't see or you didn't understand to make a decision one way or the other, right? We have our opinions. That's what a YouTube channel is. I know. It is crazy. A YouTube channel is an opinion, but it's our opinion. And here's the thing. There's a lot of things going on in people's lives right now, right? People are losing jobs. Taxes are going up. Insurance is going up. We all know prices are going up, right? And here's the thing is that I don't think neither me nor you have said, this is the date that a crash is going to happen. We've shown red flag after red flag after red flag after red flag that is showing that it's leading up to quote unquote some type of downturn in the market. And actually, I know this sounds crazy. We are seeing that. Now, it's not everywhere, right? But no one wants to really talk about Austin. Nobody really wants to talk about Boise or California or some of these areas that have seen some drops, right? Nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody wants a crash in their backyard. I don't know how many times Real Estate Mindset I have said real estate is local. You have to pay attention to what's happening in your market.
That's fair. But let me ask you, Orlando, well, why is it, you're promising the crash. You're saying be cautious. Home prices are going to come down. Why did house values rebound then?
Well, let's just hear what you just said. You said, Orlando, You're promising a crash. You're promising a crash. You said be cautious. So which one is it? Am I being cautious or am I promising a crash? I can tell you right now on my content, I am saying be cautious. That's my content. I've watched your content. I have never heard you say on December 15th, a crash is happening on this day. We're saying be cautious. And unfortunately, in the commenter game, the content creator game, everyone's not going to watch your video. Some of these guys, and I know this sounds crazy to you guys, some of these guys don't watch the video. They comment before they eat. They never watch the video, and then they go typing. The Twitter fingers.
I know. But let me ask you this, Orlando. Were you wrong about the housing market?
No, I'm not.
What were you right about? What were you right about?
First of all, I mentioned it earlier. We have seen a downturn in certain markets, right? Yes. Austin, Boise, California, some other areas, even some sectors of the Midwest, seeing some downturns, right? In my local area, I have been right about credit card debt. I have been right about job losses. I mean, what else do you want? I'm telling you guys to be cautious going into this. How many things have we seen about individuals who overbought? This is the crazy thing, real estate mindset. How am I wrong about telling someone not to overpay on a home? It's in the name. It's in the name. Overpaying.
I know. But let me say this, okay? Because I hear these remarks from these channels. They're like, you're talking about this. You want the views. You're a bad person, Orlando, because you sell a course. And that's the only reason you're doing these videos. You don't care about helping people. You just want to make money, Orlando, because you have an investor course to empower people. What do you say to that, Orlando?
Well, I say to it that, first of all, it's totally different than buying a house and investing in property. And if you actually go to my investor course, there's a whole section on only get into investing if you could afford it. This is before you even buy it. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's going to take a lot of work. So I'm sorry if you can't read. I can't help you if you won't read the information that I'm providing for you to make that a decision for yourself. I can't make that decision for you.
Okay. Well, do you believe what you're saying? I mean, seriously.
Of course.
And do you believe it? I mean, look at, we don't have inventory. What about the laws of supply and demand? I mean, even an eighth grader, Orlando, understands supply and demand. Where's the supply at? How can we have a crash without supply?
That's obvious, right? If the demand is just non-existent, which it is basically, which it is, if people start losing their jobs, which that's where we're going, right? Why? And then on top of that, we have individuals who unaffordability is just through the roof and people will just stop buying. Wow. What is the choice that people are going to make? Are people going to decide to purchase a home or buy food? I can just tell you right now, people are going to decide to feed themselves before they what's name. But if the grocery bill is 2 times higher, and then on top of that, to buy a home, now you got to have $150,000 salary job just to purchase the home. No one's buying a home.
Well, to be fair, no one could be right about everything. So can you tell us what you were wrong about?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is obviously timing, right? So I thought that unemployment would rear its head and it would happen a lot sooner than it's happening now. Yeah, people are getting laid off, but not as fast as I thought. So I would say the timing, right? And it keeps getting pushed back because it's being resilient. The housing market, it's still, going up. It went down, then it went up, it's going back up. So I would say unemployment is probably the biggest thing that's really sticking. I mean, the numbers just came out a couple of days ago, and we're hiring more and more and more people, right? It doesn't really matter what type of jobs, if they're part-time and people are doing two jobs at once. It doesn't matter. The point is that unemployment hasn't really declined as much as I thought it would, right? And so that's kind of pushed the timing. What I thought was going to be closer to like right now or like getting to that fall portion of it, of a really big downturn, to pushing it seems like it's going to be, sometime next year when it comes to unemployment. And I think the biggest catalyst for that, like we were just talking about, is unemployment. It just hasn't stuck like I thought it would.
Okay. All right. That's fair. So, here's the thing. I've been seeing a couple videos on YouTube, really absent-minded realtors, man. They're convincing so many
Mm,
people. Basically, they're saying, hey, if you're listening to these crash bros, which is a derogatory term coined for homeowners and people that are being
right.
cautious, that are increasing their purchasing power, we want to make our decision based on merit and fundamentals and sustainability, not
True.
based on being bullied by some wacko realtor. But I've been seeing these videos. One in particular, it was Javier. I can't remember his last name. I wanted to reference the video, but he's basically saying, "Hey, it's okay if you lost 65,000. It's cool. It's cool." And he's comparing the worst time to buy. So he's comparing right now the most expensive time to buy real estate in the last 40 years. So when you compare the
Mm,
most expensive time to buy real estate to any time in history, it looks pretty. But another one, I saw another video again. This is really washed up realtor, really desperate to get views. Can't really remember his name, but he's basically saying if you're cautious, if you sat out, you're stupid. You just lost $50,000. What
mm.
sense can you make of that? And also, do you feel like, Orlando, that you hurt people? Do you feel like if people listen to you, they missed out on the opportunity of a lifetime?
No, I don't. My word isn't guaranteed. Again, if this is my opinion, and I state this in my videos, and I would hope anyone watching my videos would say at the very end of the day, have to make the decision for what I'm going to do. Right. So, I mean, that's just, to me, it's common sense that you have the last say in your own life, not Orlando. So that's number one. And then two, the thing is, being cautious is super important. I mean, that's the name of the game when it comes to real estate or any investment or doing the biggest purchase of your life. I mean, if anyone wants to go in and purchase a home and just cover your eyes, cover your ears, and just go into this blindly and just say everything's going to work out, you're in for something. You're in for financial ruin, bankruptcy, foreclosure. You're in for all of those things. And you can't blame anyone but yourself, right?
Okay,
Because
okay.
you went into this with your eyes closed. So for anyone to tell someone, hey, sorry, since you were being cautious, you messed up for the biggest opportunity in your life. That's like saying to me, Orlando, yeah, since you didn't play the lottery yesterday, you missed the biggest opportunity of your life. Well,
It's ridiculous.
maybe.
I mean, it's so clownish, man. I mean, I really wanted to do reaction videos. I'll try to convince you to do reaction videos. I mean, these guys are just, what they all have in common,
Yeah.
these channels? Every single one of them is a realtor, and it's not a job of a realtor to tell people not to buy. The job of a realtor is to convince you it's the best time to buy. It doesn't matter if there's a string of, spontaneous combustion and all these houses are blowing up. Still the best time to buy. It doesn't if it's a toxic waste right next door. It's cool. Just wear a mask. It's going to go up in value eventually. Don't worry about the 8% rate. Refinance later. But anyways, brings me to my next thing. What about this?
Yeah.
Orlando, you're being clownish. You're deceiving people. You're leaving
Yeah.
people astray. The economy is great. GDP is up. The labor market's tight. Unemployment
Mm.
historical low. No foreclosures. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I mean, we could all sit here and you could give me those numbers, but I can tell you right now, when I look in my comment section and when people send me emails, it doesn't reflect that. People are living paycheck to paycheck. People are having a very hard time getting the things that they need. A lot of my subscribers and your subscribers, they may have a lot of credit card debt, right? They're just trying to make ends meet, and then I'm on the other end telling them everything's great. Oh, everything's great. When I know these individuals, my subscribers, people who watch me, are having a hard time day by day of getting a home and purchasing a home when it's unaffordable, unattainable. So while some of these guys can say everything's great, don't worry, I know your bank account is filled with a lot of money, right? A lot of these guys are saying that, but in reality, it's not transferable to my audience. At least maybe their audience has buku bank
Yeah,
accounts, and they can buy anything that they want and driving around in Rolls Royce.
right.
And you know what, the price of a home doesn't really matter. It could be $150,000 over asking. Maybe their audience is like that. My audience
Right.
isn't like that. My audience isn't like that. My audience is asking for my help. What do you think, Orlando? What do you think? They're watching my videos for a reason. It's
Yeah.
that simple.
Yeah. Tell me this, as a crash bro, what can you say? Now we understand there's different reasons to buy, different
Yeah.
categories of buyers right now. They're actively buying, on the sideline, forced, on the sideline, waiting out. What do you have to say to people right now that are wondering what the heck is going on? What should I be doing as a consumer on the sideline right now?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy peasy. Making sure that you have liquidity, making sure
Hmm.
that your credit is together, shoring up your budget, make sure you're not overspending, right? And then make sure that you're doing research on properties that are coming up in your area, what's selling, what's not selling, how long things have been on the market. That is so important so that when those opportunities do come in your area, that you can make that decision. A lot of times people will send me Zillow listings and be like, look, this is what's happening in my area. They just bought it 6 months ago for this, and they're selling it 50, 60, $70,000 over. That's the research that I like to see, that you guys are, that my audience and that your audience is taking a look at those things and doing that research. So that's what I want. That's what my videos inspire people to do, is to be cautious, to look at the data, like I said, save, credit, all of those things so that you could take advantage of when those opportunities come.
Okay, I like it, man. And just one more thing, Orlando, before we go,
Yeah.
do you any comments to the realtors or the trolls?
No, zero.
Smart man.
You listen. You know how I feel about about trolls, about other people making videos about it. I really just ignore it, man. I really just say, God bless you, and see you later. Like I'm not a negative person. I am blessed beyond belief. I'm a family man. I just really push things forward. And if you love my videos, you like my videos, then you like my videos. If you don't like my videos, you don't like what I have to say, you don't have to watch my videos. Like, it's a free country.
It's so weird, man. I
This is
don't.
this isn't, we're not in China
Yeah,
or something like that where someone's holding your eyelids
yeah.
open and making you watch my videos. So
I know.
so you
It's
can
just
do what you want to do. So yes, that's my
th-
comment.
this is still also new for me, Orlando. Like I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm not even a full-time YouTuber. I kind of stumbled upon this, man, but I got to tell you, man, it really blows my mind, the jealousy of these other content creators and the fact like they don't get it. They don't
Yeah.
understand what they're doing wrong. And I would say, well, what you're doing wrong is you're lying to people to get them to buy a house so you can make a commission. Like that's what you're doing wrong. They could see through it. Like they don't want cheerleaders. Cheerleaders were okay in 2020 and 2021. It's 2023. The cat's out the bag. It's a waste of time dealing with you. You make too much money. There's a reason why there's a lawsuit against you guys and me. I know I'm a realtor. There's a reason why. It's because people can't rely on you, realtors, the bad ones. The bad ones. The good ones,
Yeah,
it's
there's a
different.
good ton of good ones out there, man. It really
There
is.
is. There is good ones, man. And I don't want people to get, because I face my peers on a daily basis. I'm probably in front
Of
of
course.
100 realtors a week. So, a lot of them I have to clear that up. Like, you guys, listen. The reason why you feel this way is because you were a bad realtor. But it's okay, though.
Mm.
You're here now. I'm going to tell you how to be a good one. So, I mean, I hurt some feelings, man. But I don't, but honestly, man, I don't even care because we got to look at the consumer. Who cares about their feelings? Who cares about these people? And that's why we don't use their names. We don't want to help their dead channels grow. I will not use their name. Will not use their name.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. I just want to just be clear. None of these guys would use your name. They wouldn't come after you if you didn't have if you didn't have an audience, if you didn't have people who love your content and watched your content, they wouldn't come after you. No content creator is going to talk crap about another content creator if he's got 4 subscribers, and getting 3 views on each video. They don't even recognize that guy. So they're coming after you because you get the views. They're coming after you because you got the audience. And what that should tell you is, hey, you're doing something right.
So you guys do me a favor, comment below. Let me know how you guys feel Orlando did from 1 to 10. Give him a rating. I asked some, touchy questions. We see a lot of it. It was
Yeah.
definitely an honor to be able to answer these questions, to play devil's advocate. Also give me a rating. How did I do playing devil's advocate? How did he do? And let us know also if this is something that you want to do. We were actually going to throw up like a whole bunch of negative comments. It's crazy, Orlando. When I was actually looking for negative comments, I couldn't find it. But like when I'm not looking, it's like sometimes I feel like that's all I see. It's a mental
Right,
thing,
right.
right?
It is
It's
a mental thing.
crazy. But you guys,
Your
give us a
audience
rating
loves you,
below.
man. They do.
Thank you, brother. I'm trying to do the best I can, and I am not perfect, but I am trying to be transparent and forthcoming.
Mhm.
Very rare. Orlando, before we go, anything you want to say?
Yeah, do not overpay on these houses. That is my
Shame on you for
motto on my
saying
channel.
that. You're a crash bro, Orlando. You can't say that. You can't say that. You're negative.
Listen, I'm really a big person on the meaning of words, right? The meaning of words.
Yeah.
And when someone says, "How dare you tell these people not to overpay on houses?" I'm like, well, I mean, this realtor, you won't even pay extra at Starbucks. So how are you going to
Yeah.
tell someone to not overpay on a house? And 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000 over asking. And you're telling people that's okay? Come on now. Come on now. Let's be real. And that would be my ending advice is, guys, don't overpay. Do not put yourself in a financial crunch just because you want to own a home with a nice backyard and you can see you and your kids playing, and you're going to pay $100,000 over asking for that house. And then at the end of the day, next year, 6 months from now, you're going to regret it and wonder, how am I going to pay for this extra $100,000? How am I going to do that? Don't do that. Don't do that. Be cautious and make sure you're doing the research you need to do to get into your first home or second home or third home or sell a home, however you're going about it.
I love it, man. I mean, I lost my house. I mean, I was, unrealistic back in the day. So, you guys, once again, go over to Orlando Miner's channel, show this man some love. Orlando, first and foremost, man, thank you
Thank
for
you.
being my friend. Thank you for being my friend, sir. That's what I
No
value the
problem,
most.
brother.
And I'm going to tell you guys right now,
Same here.
the thing I respect about Orlando the most, guys, it's not his savviness in real estate, how entertaining he is as a content creator. The thing I respect about Orlando the most is he's a great father and a great husband. Think about that. Other than that, guys, if you're out there investing in
Thank
real
you.
estate, you already know I wish you luck and I hope you win.